US President Donald Trump has said that the United States was in discussions with Iran, but added that Tehran was not ready for a deal to end the war, which has now entered its third week. Listen in.
Just on what I'm hearing, they want to negotiate, and as they should, but I don't think they're ready to do what they have to do. I think they will be, but it's someone. But we're doing very well with respect to that whole situation in Iran.
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi had denied earlier that any talks with the US were taking place. In an interview with CBS, Araghchi said, and I quote, "We don't see any reason why we should talk with the Americans because we were talking with them when they decided to attack us." He noted there is no good experience talking with Americans. Now, in the latest comment, the US president said he was not sure he wanted to make a deal to end the war. He reasoned that no one knows who they're dealing with because most of the Iranian leadership has been killed. Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, and dozens of other Iranian officials were killed on the first day of the US-Israeli attacks on the 28th of February. These statements suggest both sides are digging in for an extended conflict, even as the widening war has till now killed more than 2,000 people, mostly in Iran, and created the biggest ever oil supply disruption as maritime traffic has halted in the Strait of Hormuz, through which a fifth of the world's oil is transported. To discuss this, we were earlier joined by Dr. Rohan Gunaratna, Professor of Security Studies at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies.
Singapore has very long-range planning. In fact, its leaders always invest in what you call horizon scanning, and they prepare for multiple scenarios. The Singapore Prime Minister and the relevant ministries has taken steps to secure the interests of Singapore and also the region. So Singapore is now working not only within its domestic sphere, but also in the region to build a greater stability and security for the region. The Singaporean leaders see this issue as a long-term challenge, and that requires a global and regional response. And as you have very clearly indicated, President Trump is currently trying his best to work with a number of partners, both in the West and also in the Far East, especially with Japan, with Australia, to try to mitigate the challenges that the Americans are facing in the Gulf and in the Middle East. Trump's style of leadership, as you know, and as you have expressed, is very different. So he believes in conflict, confrontation, rather than engaging these nations. I think those leaders understand Trump, and I think that they are all trying to work out a solution where the Gulf countries and the Middle East will return to normalcy, because I think just addressing the Straits of Hormuz security concerns will not work. We are also witnessing another threat, that is the Houthi leaders in Yemen. The Ansar Allah is also threatening now to disrupt the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. And if we combine the energy flow from Bab el-Mandeb as well as Hormuz, it is about 30% of the global energy flow. So I believe that there must be a more comprehensive solution to address this challenge in the backdrop of Iran still determined to with its nuclear, missile, and drone, as well as the terrorist proxy program.